Okay, where's the little mic?
At the top. The other top.
Oh. Okay.
Who's our audience?
Our audience is people in China, and yeah, it's just everywhere because pollution doesn't just happen in one spot, it spreads. Okay, so our problem is pollution in China. Okay. Because of the pollution and stuff, there's been many deaths, and people, like, because air pollution, when you breathe in air, and when you breathe it in, it kind of puts, like, chemicals and stuff in your body, and it causes, like, a lot of, like heart failures and stuff, because the chemicals can stop your heart. And, if we, like, because since China and, like, India and like Europe and stuff, Europe, but like, yeah, they are industrial countries, so they have more air pollution because they have to create more product to sell. And if we help the countries that are more industrial to start using more like cleaner energy and renewable resources and stuff instead of using like gas and oils and stuff that go into the air, it would help a lot of the people that are not, like, really living and that keep dying and stuff. The more death causes will be down instead of increasing, so they'll decrease.
Each year there's about 1.6 million deaths because of the air pollution. It's so bad. Most of them are premature deaths, and the air is so polluted that growing food crops on land is now banned because 2/3 of China's underground water is unfit for human contact. That's pretty much it.
The population in China is about 35 billion, which leads to a lot of, like, traffic. And one solution is stop using older vehicles, because older vehicles use a lot of, like gas and stuff. So, like, if you've seen an older car, a lot of smoke comes out of it because the engine's a little bit older, so it has to use a lot more gases and like oil seed to put in your car, so it's more easier to release those oils. Doing this will eliminate the whole problem of, like, deaths. It won't.
It won't eliminate the whole problem.
It won't eliminate the whole problem, but it'll help some of it. It won't just stop the whole thing.
Okay. Another problem with air pollution is global warming. Like, all over, Antarctica, the ice is melting, so, like in that picture, there's barely any ice left. And lots of polar bears and things are dying because they're drowning, and there's really nowhere else for them to go. And that's it. That's up there.
The water, since the air pollution, it causes the weather to change faster. It's not on, like, usual. So, like, if you think about it, right now, we had snow in, like, the spring, and still got snow and stuff, like, when it was supposed to be spring outside, and it doesn't get warm until, like, later, and it's, like, switching and stuff. And so when the temperature rises, that causes for ice to melt faster, which causes floodings and, like, it can possibly go in, like, the oceans and stuff. And when they go into the ocean, it goes into countries and states, and it affects people who live in the houses. So it makes, like people, the lifestyle to be really hard for people. The solution for global warming is to stop air pollution. If we stop it, it will have a great effect on the weather change for the better. It'll stop the glaciers and ice from melting, and help, and like the oceans won't overflow, like I said. The main power source is coal, like, because we use coal in like our everyday lives to make energy and electrical and stuff like industrial countries use. One of the strengths is that it'll help the weather and plants, animals, and most importantly the people. The people won't die, and animals will be able to live a little bit longer. Animals won't be gone extinct because a lot of the energy that they get their food from is coming from like grass, and like we all have to use trees. So if trees die, then we can't live, animals can't live, and plants won't be able to survive because there's nothing providing the energy for them to live.
Okay, another problem is acid rain. Harmful gases like nitrogen oxides and sulfur oxides are released into the atmosphere during the burning of coal fuels. And when it rains, it's like, it's going to rain on like the plants and trees and stuff. So it's killing all those, which takes away animals' habitats. And so then those animals start dying off, and then it just keeps going on.
Like acid rain is caused by, like, when it rains, and when there's chemicals on the ground, the rain moves with the chemicals, and then like when it evaporates, it goes into the sky, and then rains acid rain, and then it causes, like in this picture, the trees don't have leaves on them because it rained and it burned, like took all the nutrients out of the plants.
One of the solutions to acid rain is to not burn as much fossil fuels, and it would help with health problems, global warming, plants and animals, and of course people. It affects biodiversity because since the rain falls, it affects the ozone layer and it's closer to the ground. And it creates smog, and it's destructive when it comes to contact with living things. And pollution of human activities has caused the ozone to become destroyed in the stratosphere, leading to the hole in the ozone layer.
Strengths of these solutions is if people living in China and consider these solutions, it will definitely be effective to the problem. It'll help with the cleaning of so the air's not dirty when they breathe it in, so people won't get sick. And if coal companies stop creating pollution, then it will more likely eliminate most of the problem. It's just been happening for like a long time. It's harder to stop it right now. So if we were to start having creating companies that use more renewable energy that's healthy for for people, it'll help everybody, like plants, animals, people, everybody.
Some weaknesses is to the one with the pollution from the older cars. Not all people are willing to give up their cars just to, even though it's for a good cause, Some people might not be able to afford a new car or anything. To stop coal mining for the main energy source, it would take a whole lot of people's jobs away, which people would stop making money and would have to find a new job. And the cost of stopping the amount of fossil fuels burned will be a whole lot. The end.
So obviously your main focus is on China and their pollution and how much it adds to the whole problems in the world. So what percentage of the Earth's pollution and problems is caused by China?
Well, since they're more industrial and get a lot of our resources, it's probably a big percent. But we don't know the exact percent because it's been happening for a long time. So it's probably over 100% of the pollution that happens. So it's not just China. It's a lot of the countries that create product to sell because they have to, because people need money. But yeah. Yes, Ashley.
Were those your solutions, or were those like the actual solutions that they're like?
They're solutions that we created, like, because I have an experience with cars because my grandparents have cars, older cars, so I know what they do, and they create a lot of the problems after I started researching some of it. So,
I have another question. How, like, it didn't really state like a design that you were gonna do, like, to.
there's really
There really
no
is no specific
design because you can't like put air freshener in the sky, so it's really hard for you to fix it. But you can like talk to people and talk about how air pollution is causing many deaths and stuff. So they'll kind of like think about it. It's like, oh yeah, that's really important. So, yeah, Ethan.
Okay. So you mentioned that you would want people to switch cars because the cars that they're currently reusing in the most industrialized places such as India and China are causing air pollution. So what car would you recommend they switch to?
Like a lot of eco-friendly cars. There's a lot of like Toyota cars. A lot of them are eco-friendly. They don't use a lot of like gases and stuff. They don't release a lot of gases from the car, like from the the tailpipe and stuff.
And to continue on the car issue, how would you make sure that people drive these cars rather than just keeping their cars?
Well, we can't make them like change cars because I know not a lot of people have a lot of money to buy a new car, so we can't really say like you have to take this car and you have to buy. It's just a suggestion to help.
So all of your solutions are just suggestions to people.
Yeah, because you can't make anybody care about pollution because you can't think you have to care about this. So yeah.
What about your major companies, like your companies who run on an everyday basis that have a lot of pollution but are very, very important to our society and everything all around the world?
So what's your question?
What are they, like, cheesecake pollution? What are they going to do?
What are you going to do about that? How
Well-
can you help them but help us as well?
Well, what we can do is like talk to them about using more like not like gases and coal to create it, but like we can't make them stop using the tools and resources that they use to create their product. We can't do that because they need it, but we can like advise certain products to use instead of coal and gas. It's like, if that makes sense, we can ask them to use different energy sources for
other than coal.
What
So.
energy sources would you suggest for them?
Well, like electrical. I know a lot of electrical stuff calls like you have to use energy, but like
The sun, what are they called?
yeah, like solar panels.
Yeah, that.
You can put those out, but I know a lot of places like it's not really hot and stuff, so it'd be hard to use solar panels. But that's one. Yeah.
So, like, back when, like, you're talking about air pollution with polar bears and smelting ice, like, how would it affect that? when
Global
there's no-
warming.
Global warming.
Oh,
Stuff moves. Yeah.
What are you going to do with the remaining pollution in the air?
Like,
Already in the air.
well, you can't take it out.
So won't people still be fine?
No, not as much. If you stop, like decrease how much stuff like bad things are going in the air, it'll help decrease the deaths.
I mean, it's probably never going to take it completely away.
It's not. It's going to take a long time for it to just leave, but because it's been happening so long, it's going to be harder. So it's not going to be like a snap of a finger. It's going to be gone.
It's going to take a lot of
Thank you, we should.